Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the VP Concepts YouTube channel for July. This month is going to be a fun video for me, and that's where I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I have been the past 2 weeks recording a lot of my CDs onto cassette. The Nakamichi's back from a full service, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And the point of the video is going to be about how merging new current technology with vintage technology can create the ultimate reference recording. And it's going to be a little bit of a long one because I want to share with you guys as much as possible here what I'm experiencing and bring that over to you guys here, transfer that through this video. So some of you guys love the long ones, some of you guys love the short ones. Fast forward through whatever you don't want to see, but I want this to be, the journey I'm taking and share it with you guys for this month. So let's get started. This is, for those of you who haven't been following me and it's your first time to the channel, thank you. For those of you who are revisiting with me, this is going to be kind of an update on what's been going on with the system. But either way, both of you guys, thank you for being here. For those of you who do not follow me over on Instagram, it is also VP Concepts, like my YouTube channel. So feel free to follow me over there. I really enjoy supporting you guys, your systems, what you're doing, following you vicariously through the internet, and building that friendship. So those of you who want to follow me over at Instagram, it's VP Concepts, okay? So this player I got 13 months ago, and I got it from through a subscriber connection over at University District in Seattle. And he was an avid Nakamichi collector and had them all. He had all of the Nakamichis. I mean, it was heaven. I did show that through the video when I got this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pin that video from a year ago in the comments so you guys can go rewatch that too after seeing this. But so when I got this, I took it to a service center in the next town over who was not very capable. He really just got the motor running but didn't do any service. The Audiophile didn't work, and he just got it running. And I've kind of been using it that way and really enjoying it, but knowing that it was lacking in its overall capabilities. The Audiophile would work on one side every 3 tapes, and I couldn't get it to work on both. And, but overall it was still popping out killer recordings. So I put myself on a waiting list, guys, with Willie Herman in California. And my opinion, and many others in the forums, he's the best in the United States or in the world. An original Nakamichi tech who'd retired and does this himself now. Unfortunately, guys, he said I could mention his name, but I could not. He's not taking on any new work right now. He's over a year up to his neck in repairs. And again, I got in 13 months ago. I put my name on the list and just got it in. Took about 2 to 3 weeks turnaround time to get it back. He's amazing. The thing works back to factory specs. Nothing was updated or changed except for the LED light instead of the regular bulb. It's been upgraded, but everything he restores back to factory specs. So with that, I'm actually going to read to you guys what was changed or updated, okay? So we removed the transport mechanism, dismantled tape transport, cleaned old lubricant and re-lubricated as needed, removed and rebuilt spooling motor and function motor, realigned tape path guides and head depth and zenith, replaced back tension belt and capstan belt, rebuilt the azimuth motor, cleaned and lubed azimuth mechanism. We cleaned all switch contacts in the azimuth mechanism, remounted transport mechanism in machine, reset head and azimuth, reset play and meter levels, replaced memory backup battery, adjusted auto calibration electronics for all 3 tape types per Nakamichi instructions, verified original specifications, tested unit extensively, both hot and cold. Deck now passes all tests. And as you guys can see, for the faint of heart, this thing was not cheap to repair. It was about $1,000. Totally worth it though. The next thing I received was a verification on the bench test, and that was really cool. So we have all of the results of the service here in documentation, which I think is pretty cool, okay? So with that, guys, we're going to come over here. We're going to talk about this player. This player, as you who follow me already know about this player. I did a couple of videos on it years ago. But it's the EMC1 MK4 version. The original version was called the UP. Electrocompaniet, I should say, as you guys correct me, Electrocompaniet. They are in Norway, and they are they actually do everything from scratch in-house. It's drawn up, designed, manufactured, built, everything in their own factory. Pretty incredible bespoke unit. I really love it. I wish I could get you in there to see the light at the top, but it's a little blue light in the back that lights up that looks cool too. But anyway, this is a you know, up-to-date version piece, right? In late 80s and 90s, when the Nakamichi was around, CD players were just coming into fruition. The DACs weren't very good. This does 24196 up conversion. You know, the transport's top flight. They just did not have this kind of capability back in the day to do this kind of stuff. And I was very curious what taking a hot rodded, you know, CD player, and what I mean by hot rodded is, you know, I've got the still point risers under here. I've got a synergistic orange fuse in here. If I can take you around the back, some of you guys like to see this stuff. It's kind of all hidden in here, but see if I can get it. See the purple power cord? That's a Palladian, the PK14 Palladian. It's a $1,400 cable. We are using, from the DAC out to make the recording, we're using Kimber Kable's select line, and this is a one above the 1016. This is actually the KS1018. They're only sold in Germany. They have 2 extra cores of copper. I was able to get those through Kimber, even though it's not on their website. I'm sure you guys could too if you asked. And then for the RCA ins and outs on the Nakamichi, I also use the 1018 in the WBT form, not the balanced, obviously. So that's the cable there. And also for the, you see that silver coax cable right there? That's what's going up to the DAC from the CD player. So we're looking at about $6,500 in cable upgrades between the DAC and the CD player, plus everything's on still points, synergistic orange fuses. You get my point. This stuff did not exist in the late 80s and 90s. We had monster cable, and you know, Kimber was doing some things back then too, I'm sure, with the PBJ and whatnot. But to the best of my knowledge, you know, 1018, you know, cables and Palladian cables, this stuff came much later in the era. So I was just so curious what a recording could sound like off of this transferred onto the Nakamichi cassette now that it's fully serviced. And guys, I'll tell you, no matter whether it's an XR CD or a UHQ CD or an SA CD or an SHM CD from Japan, the sound is absolutely stunning. And what we're going to do today is we are going to, where'd I put it? Where'd I put that CD? Here it is. We're going to transfer Joe McQueen, the SA CD that I always sample with you guys because it doesn't get me demonetized. This was, you guys always ask every video. This was a special recording done by Kimber Kable at their studios in Ogden, Utah. And it is DSD, but obviously you guys know my Electrocompaniet is not a hybrid player. It does just read the Red Book a DSD layer, but it's still incredible. So we're gonna transfer this onto the Nakamichi and do an actual audio sample for you guys. I do want to show you guys when I make a recording, I actually still treat each CD before I record with Auric Illuminator from Audience AV. This stuff still is probably the best digital audio tweak I've ever found in my life of doing this hobby. It really makes CDs sound so analog-like. It just takes the digital glare off, makes it more relaxed, more organic. There's been thousands of you who have purchased this from my video 2 years ago. I think I have 12,000 views now. The video is actually on Audience's website. You guys have just gushed over this. I had one reviewer say he didn't hear anything out of thousands of you guys. So it's still available for sale. It's like 50 bucks. It treats your CD. It's magic. I can't listen to a CD anymore in my player without having it treated. So I do hit that. I don't make any money off this, by the way, guys. It's just my personal opinion when I use this stuff. I really, you know, when I find something that's magical, I got to share it with you guys. And this is one of those products. So I treat the CD, and then I go into the transport here of the Nakamichi, and I treat it with S721H. This is from American Recorder, and it's good on the play heads, record head, erase head, the capstans, pinch rollers, and all that stuff. It's safe for the pinch rollers. But I treat this before every recording so that I can make sure that I'm getting the cleanest tape path I can get when transferring, okay? So that is, oh, by the way, what are we recording on? You guys probably want to know that. I use Maxell XL2s, 60s and 90s. And I also use the TDKs, 60s and 90s. These are Type 2 cassettes. I don't use Type 4, no metal. I really like the sound of these. It really just adds that warmth and analog sound I'm looking for when I record. So now you guys have a update on the player, the service on it, what I've been doing as far as recording, how I record, the products I use. So with that, let's grab my coffee and do an audio demo and see what we can get this thing to sound like for you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, the reason I chose that track is because obviously you have the horn, but you have piano in the background, you have the drums, and the cymbal was very present. And I just like that combination of instruments to really demo this. One thing I forgot to mention before talking about these two pieces is don't forget the line conditioning. The AC regenerator, PS Audio P10, that didn't exist when this was made either, and I've got the cassette recorder plugged into that, so I know that that's also helping with the power supply filtering, as well as the iFi SPDIF purifier that I put on this with the femto clock and galvanic isolation. That also increased the output a lot as far as the CD going into the DAC and making the recording louder on the cassette. So, you know, there you go, guys. I love that sound. I love that sound. There's no digital harshness at all. Everything's fleshed out, warm, but still detailed and accurate without being analytical. It just really fits the bill for what I'm looking for in an audio presentation. And as you know, I wish I could play for you my Cannonball Adderley and Miles Davis and, you know, all the other, you know, Bill Charlap trio that I saw over at Jazz Alley a couple months ago. I really wish I could, you know, have those to play as well. But, you know, one cool thing with the system at this point now is, as you know, like 2-3 months ago, I had to upgrade the laser in my Electrocompaniet. And it's 2 models above the factory one. It plays CDs that it didn't play before. 2 problem ones I had that breezes through them now. And also having the cassette player back, everything is in its place and up to date and sounding great. So that rhymed. But anyway, guys, with that, thanks for coming into my home. I'm going to give you the traditional or customary view out the window here for a beautiful Sunday in Seattle. We had Taylor Swift here last night, and it was packed. But the cities are now calm, beautiful, sunny neighborhood, sunny afternoon. So with that, guys, we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your July.